Keeping up with our motto that learning be a joy and teaching a pleasure, here we are with a remote teaching and learning process to bridge the gap. Happy learning, students! Today we are going to continue with Class 6 Science, Chapter number 7 Nutrition and Diet. Topics that I am going to cover during this session are probiotics, the balanced diet pyramid, malnutrition, junk food, and adulteration of food. Let us start with probiotics. Probiotics are live bacteria and yeast, that is microorganisms that are good for you, especially your digestive system. We usually think of these as germs that causes disease. But your body is full of bacteria, both good and bad. Probiotics are often called good or helpful bacteria because they help keep our gut healthy. Lacks of these good bacteria resides in our intestine and helps in many ways, including fighting off bad bacteria when we have too much of it, helping us feel better. They are found in yogurt, buttermilk, etc. Hence, to maintain them in our body, we should include probiotics such as yogurt and buttermilk in our daily diet. When we suffer from loose motions and vomiting, we throw out microorganisms along with intestinal water. Some medicines also kill them, and therefore we need to take extra yogurt and buttermilk to restore their numbers in our body. The balanced diet pyramid. All that we consume during the day is together called our diet. A diet containing adequate quantities of all the nutrients is called a balanced diet. To ensure that we get a balanced diet from the food we eat, we can make a food pyramid. Let us see how a food pyramid looks like. At the bottom of the food pyramid, you can see there are cereals and pulses. Then, above cereals and pulses comes fruits and vegetables. Then, milk products, meat, fish, eggs, etc. And finally, at the top of food pyramid lies fatty substances like oil, ghee, butter, etc. So this is the food pyramid. All the food which we eat is classified into various groups that occupy different layers in the food pyramid. As you can see over here, there are 4 different layers. And the space allotted to each food group in the pyramid, it depends upon the proportion in which it should be included in our diet. For example, cereals and pulses occupy the maximum proportion in this food pyramid. So it should be included in the maximum amount in our diet. Next comes vegetables and fruits. It should be included in the amount which is less as compared to cereals and pulses. Then milk products like cheese, yogurt, butter, then meat, poultry, fish, egg, dry beans, nuts, etc. It should be included in the amount which is less as compared to vegetables and fruits. And finally, the fatty substances like oil, ghee, butter, sweets, etc. It should be included in the least amount in our diet. Hence, we can choose food from each group daily according to the space allotted to it in the pyramid. To build a strong and healthy body, we need all the nutrients in right proportion and in sufficient quantities in our daily diet. If we choose some items from each group in the right proportion according to the pyramid shown over here, then we can make sure that we are getting a balanced diet. Significance of a balanced diet: an increased capacity to work. If we take a balanced diet, it increases our capacity to do work. We feel energetic. Good physical and mental health is also achieved because of balanced diet. It also increases the capacity to fight the diseases. That is, the resistance power of the body is increased because of taking the balanced diet. It also helps in proper growth of the body. If our need for nutrient is met through the food we eat, the nutrients are better utilized in our body. Hence, the best way to get good health is taking a balanced diet and avoiding the deficiency of any nutrient. Fiber. We get fiber from vegetables, fruits, sprouts, and cereals. Choosing food with fiber makes us feel fuller, while a diet which is rich in fiber can help digestion and also prevent constipation. Drinking water is very important for our body because water carries nutrients to all the cells in our body and oxygen to our brain. Water allows the body to absorb minerals, vitamins, glucose, and other substances. Water flushes out toxins and waste from our body. Water also helps to regulate the body temperature. And that is why, along with all the other nutrients, the body also needs an adequate supply of water. We must drink milk, buttermilk, lemon juice, fruit juices, and plenty of water. Malnutrition. Malnutrition occurs when all the nutrients that the body needs are not obtained in the proper proportion from the diet. This happens when the person does not eat sufficient food or when the diet is not balanced. India is facing this problem of malnutrition. Any country cannot aim to attain economic and social development goals without addressing the issue of malnutrition. Overnutrition is the form of malnutrition in which intake of nutrients is oversupplied. That means if one's diet exceeds one's need, it is called overnutrition. Overnutrition can develop into obesity, which increases the risk of serious health conditions, including cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. Over here in the picture, you can see the children who are facing the problem of malnutrition and they are getting less amount of nutrients as compared to the required amount. Whereas in the second picture, you can see the children who are having overnutrition. That is, the amount of nutrition is more as compared to the required amount by the body. We all like to eat chocolates, noodles, burgers, pizzas, chips, ice creams, bottled soft drinks, attractively packaged snacks, and also ready to eat fried foodstuffs that are available in the market, such as vadas, pakoras, etc., which are very, very tasty also. But all these food items, they do not supply necessary nutrients, and such foods which do not have necessary nutrients are called junk food. These food contains refined flour, sugar and oil in large proportion. When the refined flour is made from wheat or when the sugar is made from sugarcane, many nutrients in the wheat or sugarcane are lost in the process. Hence, all we get from these food is energy and our hunger is satisfied. Naturally, if we eat a lot of junk food, we will get insufficient quantities of the items from the other food groups as we have seen in the food pyramid. If this happens frequently, our body soon experiences a shortage of proteins, vitamins, minerals and other nutrition. And that may lead to malnutrition. Junk food eaten frequently also causes obesity, which is not good for our health. So we should try to avoid eating junk food and consume it less frequently as we can. Adulteration of food. In order to earn more profits, cheaper substances of low quality are mixed with the foodstuffs. These substances are called adulterants, and adding them to the foodstuff is called adulteration of food. Adulterants used are such that they will remain unnoticed even when mixed with the food. Adulterants may even be poisonous or harmful to our health. Such adulterated food is impure and harmful, and so it is unfit for consumption. Let us see different types of adulterants that are mixed with the food items. Water, chemicals like urea and starch, they are often mixed with milk as an adulterant. Brick powder and powdered pumpkin is mixed along with the chili powder. Then papaya seeds are mixed with the peppercorns. Washing soda, paper pulp are mixed in ice cream. Small white stones are mixed along with the rice. And reddish pebbles or reddish stones which looks like peanuts, they are added to the peanut. Adulteration of food is a crime. So watch the food that you eat and do not eat adulterated foods. This is all for today's session. Here we complete the chapter. Thank you so much.